Oh, wow. I
Oh,
was expecting that to be longer. It said that it was longer, but it decided to say, no, here's 10 seconds and go.
you know what? That's par for the course today.
I blame my
Oh,
cat.
fair enough. So, hey, everybody.
I'll
Joe
just
is
go
not here, so
away.
you got to deal with chaos today.
I really should just drawn a it all went wrong or something.
Right. Oh, so Joe's out, and so you have me and Nicholas Talkert.
And I can disappear because I am not important to give you more. Ah, that is not me disappearing.
No, disappear. Don't disappear.
Oh, of
But
course I'm.
so today, you got nothing from Joe, but we're going to be working on my brain is gone. My brain is gone. So we have got a lovey that we're going to be making from Ravelry. It is a caterpillar because I am very sick of doing con prep. I don't know about Nick.
I built a new miter box saw rig and jig for doing con prep because I can't squeeze like I used to on my choppers. So yes, I am more than willing to take a break and stop being shenanigans.
Fair enough. All right, let me see if I don't mess this up this time. We're gonna nope.
Okay, let me see.
I was gonna put it's a hot mess.
You hid yourself.
I did. I thought the other one was on stage. It's all right. We got this. You know what?
Your camera is off.
Okay.
There we go.
We'll do this.
If I stop my camera,
Okay.
that gives you your screen.
Can you tell that Joe usually does this stuff? Nope, that's not how I wanted it. Nope. Quality entertainment, everybody. You're here for it. There we go.
Okay. See, you made the mistake of not telling me how you wanted it, so I had to feel around a bit.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good night, folks. All right.
All right, and
all right. Oh, we need music. What you feeling tonight?
See, I love dance music, but I never know the names yet because I usually have it just going. So, want to start at the top and just work our way through?
Heck yeah, let's do that.
So that's Indistinguishable from Magic. I believe that's part of the Displaced Detective suite. So let me see if I can find that. And yes, Joe has left the human Pebcac.
2 of them.
With our powers combined.
Oh, the burning is just going to be computers when he gets back. All right, so you get to see me chain 46 because that's interesting to do.
I'm going to tweak the audio just a bit because it's overpowering your speech. Alrighty, and while you're doing that, I'll just start going through comments because you have to look at that. So we'll start. Boy, this is going to sound real familiar, folks. Okay, folks, we've got greetings. No, first, literally, it's Dan Hollifield. Dan, thank you for providing your music and all you do for NDC. Because this program, like all the programs that you see us on, are made possible in a large part from the generosity of the Independent Creator Directory. Your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest musicians, authors, creatives, and other people. When I say musicians, I mean Dan Hollifield and the rest. And Carl Witzman says, we just made it back from the eclipse. Poor Dawn is still on the road. Well, her loss is our gain. We get to hang out with Carl for a while. Dan says it's all good. Nick offered to be the man behind the curtain. And see, as I have finally been able to prove, I have a face for radio. And Carl saying, cool. Wow, I've seen partial eclipses as a kid and adult who saw it, but to see another total eclipse. Wow. Oh, God.
I actually slept through it. So, did you get to see it, Nick?
Got to watch, because we had about 99 percentile, we didn't get that total ring. What we got was looked like a flaming serpent going around the edge.
Okay, nice.
Up and over the top. And we got to about a little after as dark as it gets, and Xander was done and not pleased because he wanted the sun back, and this
Fair
is
enough.
not normal. So I got to see enough of it to have a good time. But
That's good.
let's see. Dan says, impressive, wasn't it? We had a partial here, but still pretty dramatic. Oh, yes. And this time I didn't have my eyeballs seared, so this is good.
Hey, progress.
Yeah, I really do feel that this is going to signify a change in the winds. I mean, I mean that. I just think we're due for a dramatic shift in the force of defense. And let's see. Carl says, yes, it was. And the good thing we parked near a Casey's. They sold out of their glasses, so we shared them so they would not go blind. Well, that's nice. And we're joined by not Carl, Donna, who's saying, hey, Dan and Witzman dude. And so we did our good deed of the day, too. Not
Very
a bad
nice.
time to be throwing positive mojo out. And the NASA channel had loads of great footage from all around the areas of totality.
Ooh, I'll bet.
See, that's what I figured. It's sort of like the fireworks. I'll catch the video where I can see it.
Yeah.
Hey, Donna, we've got greetings, and we've got greetings, and we've got Donna Dawn released a ton of scatter munsies down the block. I'm still... Munzie is still one of those things that because I don't play, I get really excited to see you guys so excited. But it's like not at the terminology, you know. I'm
Right.
And Thesis, hey Thesis, said we only had a partial two, but it was fun to watch, even though Foxy and I were at work. You know, I really think they should have just suspended work for most people, at least for the time, so that they could go out and see this.
Yeah.
There could be a rule about that. And everybody's greeting each other, so I don't feel like reading it, other than they're saying hey to us. So
Hey.
we say hey to them. I blame Nick's cat, too. You did not.
Oh, I was laughing so hard. I could not even. Like, it took a minute to start the show.
It was the truly grand joy of, you guys know, when I come out of my study and I'm moving quick, you know you shouldn't be in the way, but this isn't my usual broadcast day or time. So, you know, this thing had to be all, no. And let's see, Carl says, Dawn asked at the eclipse, you didn't bring those Ouija mints today, did you? Of course I did.
Burn it with fire.
I can feel my Catholic upbringing, like TV Catholic. We have the solution for this. Faith and fire, and one of them is much easier to generate than the other.
Well, holy water would work on mints, at least.
Watch them sizzle and turn black.
Right? Exactly.
And Mag's Mischief Fiber Art.
Oh, that's going to post everywhere.
The www.revelry.com/pattern/library/caterpillar bug lovey. And I forgot the dashes in there, but I don't think anybody's writing that down for my narrative.
That is the direct link to this pattern.
So, quick question.
Yes.
What the blood-soaked Protestant heck is a lovey?
So it's like an unstuffed cuddle animal.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of times it's like the head of a stuffed animal on a blanket of some sort. So it's just something they can cuddle and glove on without getting overheated or, just wrap up in.
That's adorable. Okay, groovy. And we have echoes of that link.
Oh, yeah.
Ouch. Like a call
Everywhere.
response. So I'm just going to not make myself say that 5 times.
Yeah, don't do that.
Lisa says, "Shame on you, Carl." Foolish mortal. You think Carl has shame? Next, you'll try to point that stuff at Donna, which I will laugh at. I need to shut up now.
Don't be giving ideas.
I still think you should find some of the racier, funnier patterns and do like the burning is yarn. You know?
I have found some of the racier patterns. Some of them are a little too spicy.
Oh, I'm quite aware of that. I will forever think about the one where the big question is, where did they find buttons that big to hold it together?
Right.
And Lisa says, "It's always a hot mess with Prey." And just hot.
Well, it is the burning is yarn.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's heat and tangles. You figure out what to do with it.
Cuss at it and wave my magic wand around and make things.
Oh yeah, I still say both knitting and crochet are absolute sorcery. The only
It's
worst
just a
one.
word magic, that's all.
Oh yeah. Well, come on. String magic is so. I referenced it in one of my books.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah. And yes, it is. I am here, so ask me whatever you need to know.
What's the answer to life?
Same as the universe, 42. We all know that. And music is still too loud. Okie dokie. Your wish is my noise. No, is that still good enough for you, Troy?
Yep, that's good. I can still hear pretty much everything except the kids outside.
Usually has some music between 20 and 30%. Okay.
Ah.
And I love that he says that. Okay. I moved it from 30 to 20, and 2, I use a gigantic mouse pointer, so it covers up the number that pops up under it. You know, I like to cosplay as, a construction worker because my if I wear Dayglow, I don't get hit by cars.
I mean, it works. Unless they're aiming for the Dayglow. Which
That
unfortunately does happen.
Not only did I already answer that, I already dealt with that and silenced you. Well, we'll just do that, and we'll do that. Okay, cool. That should not... I realized one of the people I always keep my phone on, if they need anything for, I'm talking to, so I should be good. You didn't do the Rasputin dance?
Why not?
Huh, huh. And I go like you could see me. Anyway,
Hey. The sound effects, we know exactly what it was from the sound effects.
I am the man who assembles the blocks.
I
Okay.
love that Tetris theme. If you have not heard it, the history of the world sung to the tune of the Tetris theme
Mm-hmm.
is amazing.
It's yes. And let's see. And tonight on Burning the Code. Oh, don't tempt me. I am so tempted to just run, his.
We almost did, but I was having technical difficulties, so we did not have time.
Okay. I'm
Because-
streaming though, buddy. And it's not my show, so
Hi, Xander.
Trey says hi. Anyway.
I was gonna say it's Xander.
No, that's true. And I would love to see that woodsman dude and naughty crocheting. Yes, may your crochet be naughty, but not naughty, except where it's supposed to be naughty.
It's so naughty.
And much better, thank you. My pleasure.
Excellent.
Alrighty, so we have caught up with the chat, which I know is a dangerous thing to say, but
Not
you know, we
for
are-
long. We haven't.
we are at the 15-minute mark. So, did anybody see any really good supernatural events during the eclipse? Because we were, according to some, we were supposed to have, I'm not quite sure, semi-apocalyptic results. And, after you've lived through, 5, 10, 15 scheduled and unscheduled apocalypse.
Yeah, right. Have you seen what the TikTok time traveler has been predicting?
No.
Oh, so we're supposed to go through. Let's see, what is it? Texas, the Second Civil War, because Texas tries to secede from the Union.
Mm-hmm.
So, just Texas. A hypercane, not a hurricane, a hypercane.
Okay.
Let's see, what else did they predict? I believe a volcano, which, that could happen. Yeah. I forget what a couple more of their predictions were.
I think my current one that I find most interesting has been that I'm going to say the wrong name. The fault that runs basically between Indiana and Illinois.
Oh, yeah, okay.
La Madrid,
Yeah.
whatever, something like that, is going to fire off, and Lake Michigan is going to decide to
Ooh,
go all the way down to the Gulf.
excellent. Fun.
So I've been checking New Madras. Thank you. I'm going to jump ahead.
Okay.
New Madras. I was reading that way too late after writing way too much on the next Saints and Hellfire. So I was halfway between here and there anyway. But Dan says we have behind the yarn tonight. Yes, because I will ensure that Trelane ends up behind on any of her assignments. I mean, this is just like college all over again.
Yeah, sitting in art in the cafe. Those are some good memories.
Oh, yes. Those days. I was thinking about that not too long ago, how much I miss some. I miss some of the classes, and
Yeah.
I miss, the cafeteria experience of knowing that you could basically sit down anywhere and have an intelligent conversation with anyone who was not a nurse.
Right?
And, that's only because the nurses spoke in vibrating caffeine, and I couldn't.
They were hardcore. You'd hear them come clattering down with the rolling suitcase backpack things,
Yep.
and they were just shaking.
Anatomy. Must memorize anatomy. Anatomy.
man.
Memorize anatomy.
And the
Um,
things you would hear walking past those tables.
Oh, yes.
I'm like, you know what? You can do that. I'm gonna stick over here.
Of course, they're probably making money now.
Oh man, yeah.
And let's see. Carl says, we could not see the devil comet. But I pointed out Venus and Jupiter. I almost said Genus and Jupiter. Anyway, which were visible during... That's incredible, Carl.
That is pretty cool.
Lisa says Texas with a different enunciation. And
The miscongeniality pronunciation.
yes. And I don't think Dawn believed me that it would get cooler while the sun was covered. Now she
Oh,
believes.
yeah.
Oh yeah. It got cooler up here. We lost about 20 degrees. Which was fun standing outside. But Now she believes, and Dan says, I believe we do have at least 4 volcanoes going off at the moment. That's true, and what is it? Mount Etna in Italy is blowing smoke rings.
Oh,
One of the volcanoes is blowing fairly consistent, utterly beautiful smoke rings. So,
there's a live camera that I watch sometimes from, I want to say, Norway.
mhm.
And it's just a live camera of a volcano that's continuously going off. It's pretty cool.
I heard about one. There's a site, and it's got a very long name that I could not pronounce to save me. I believe it is in the Netherlands,
Okay.
but it translates to fish doorbell.
Oh, yes!
And for the people who don't know, they have this problem with there's a dam and they need to let the fish through, but they can't open the door to let the fish through all the time, or else it's too much water. But the big predator fish have learned if they hang out at the dam, they can eat the smaller fish. So there is a site with a webcam underwater pointed roughly by that door and a button. And if you see a fish swim up, you hit the button to open the door so that the fish can get.
I checked on that site. There were like 1,000 people watching for fish to ring a doorbell.
I love that. It's just so wholesome, and I'm just absolutely
was.
for that. Let's see. Foxy says it didn't do that a lot here, given only 50%. With the temperature drop, I can understand that.
Yeah.
And Dan says during the eclipse, I could feel the temperature drop, which proves that my skin is a more sensitive sensor than my eyes. And once again, I speak fluent typo because I write fluent typo, and I'm the poor sap who had to read my notes in college. No, I feel good about today. Now, like I said, the predictions were in about 3 months, because what they were saying is that and there is some interest to that, the gravitational alignment affects the fault lines, because usually the moon and sun are pulling in some type of different direction. Very rarely are they pulling on any spot in the same direction. But today, the middle of Indiana was blessed, and farther other ways. But I don't care. I'm not there. So we have till not a little after the 4th of July.
Oh, well, already.
If it's 3 months for for the alleged massive earthquake, if the guy's history is sound.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind. My theory is I'm pretty high elevation relative to where I live, so I'm hoping that
Yeah.
I don't quite see how the lake could get emptied without the ground dropping significantly. And
Yeah, that's kind of my concern there.
And Donna and Carl are greeting Foxy, who, yes, I thought I didn't say hi to Foxy. I just took you as being here. Hi, Foxy. And Dawn saw a passing plane during the eclipse and had Witzman dude believing it was a comet. Now, I will tell you,
You know what? They, yeah.
We did have something interesting. It probably was a satellite, but because of the alignment, we had the permanent arc that kind of just moved around over the top of the moon as it went by. But there was a point where something black blocked out, like in a straight line, through it. Expanding the shadow on either side for just a second. So I'm like, we saw something interesting go by.
Oh, that's cool.
It wasn't in the air because we would have seen it clearly. So, nice. Dan says, I survived the grand alignment of the planets. Yes. Gravity is a tad weaker than the doomsayers say. This is true, and it's not nearly as consistent as people think, which I find delightful. And let's see. We went from Danville, Illinois to Danville, Indiana. We went by the countryway, so we didn't have bad traffic they did on the freeway.
Smart.
I have heard that the roads were absolutely...
They were atrocious.
I mean, like 41 was atrocious.
Yeah. 65 and 8094 up here were absolutely terrible. It was basically gridlocked on the way back into Indiana.
That's why I was like, I was thinking about I could try to go down. Or I could realize that a lot of stupid is being condensed in one area. See, maybe it's not the gravitational pull, but it just attracts enough raw stupidity to a given spot.
Yeah.
No, that might be an
were,
earthquake or two.
People were saying like, don't eat food during the eclipse. Don't.
Oh yeah, you could invite the demons to come in.
Oh, people were saying, oh, it ups the radiation.
Oh, that too.
They were like, don't eat food, don't cook food. It's gonna up the radiation. And we're like, but what about the plants and animals that we eat that are outside?
The radiation doesn't just go away,
right?
Well, maybe that's why the cheese on my on my roast beef wrap that I was eating was melting faster than expected. Radiation. It feels like home. Everyone knows Michigan City has a secret underground nuclear power plant. That's why it has a cooling tower.
Right? Come on. I just assumed it did.
Only for a few seconds. Nearly got her behind smacked for that. Well, I congratulate you on your restraint, and frankly, I congratulate Don on pulling one over on you. Foxy's giggling at the whole exchange. Facebook user. I probably won't watch long because my internet is out. Well, we're glad you're here, mystery viewer.
Yes.
I'm sending this from my phone.
Well, thank you for being here, whoever you are.
Who was that masked man or ma'am? Anyway, we'll never know.
The Shaft theme song just went through my head, so,
Wow.
It's one of those nights.
You're a bad mother. Shut your mouth. Oh, dang it. There's a couple places in my unboxing video where you can almost see my address. I guess there's still more editing to do.
Oop.
Yeah, I like to put a sticky note over it. The reason you don't block it out is in case something's hideously wrong and you have to return it. And let's see. Oh, Dad saw the sunspot too. Yeah, coronal mass ejection would have been hilarious. He said, I did notice a large sunspot during the NASA channel broadcast.
Huh.
I'm glad it didn't toss out a coronal mass ejection. Well, if it did, a lot of it would still be blocked by the mass of the moon. So, I mean, that might have been a better time. Turns out, Indiana is the only one area living in the, 2020s, and the rest is back into between the Stone Age and the 1800s, depending on how good your bushcraft is.
So on some things, Indiana's still, at the right time with them.
We're not talking politics.
No.
We saw the slowdown here in Danville, Illinois on I-74 eastbound.
Oh, I'll bet people going back.
Oh, yeah. And Carl says, really, Dan? And Lisa says, oh, the stupid was strong today.
I believe it.
It's sort of like abilities I would like to have. The ability to harness the raw energy of all the love spells thrown at Justin Bieber during its peak. You know,
Ah, all the teenage love spells.
just they've gone for the secrets of the arcane that they found conveniently labeled in pink at Barnes and Noble on 30% off.
Oh no!
Well, that Blackbird tinfoil mop lady.
Ah, yes, yes, my favorite of all the arcane authors.
You don't want to ride a silver broomstick? Okay.
I will find some newspaper. That will happen.
Oh, and I wasn't even being green room about it, although I can see how it could be taken that way. Oh,
But those who know.
no. And at some point when you're not tying creative knots, and I still say that's sorcery. You have books to write. Anyway, I did think you'd be back in time for this show, Carl. And Facebook users unveiled themselves to be Grant.
Oh,
Hey,
it's Grant.
Okay.
Hey, Grant.
So now we know who it is. Science education has been destroyed in this country. Carl is fine. No, it hasn't. The moon passing in front of the sun's going to open up a portal, and all the shady demons are going to come out and make us gay. Yeah, haven't you heard what Fox says? Moving on.
Oh Lord, why?
It started with the frogs, man.
Oh, the frogs.
See, what you don't know is for a while I had to, we were kind enough to / privileged to take care of our neighbor, who was an elderly gent and was sickly. But he listened to shortwave radio. Yeah, Alex Jones was worth the stuff falling off completely untouched. But we know it was Grant. It was Grant. The Facebook user was Grant. Dun, dun,
Grant
dun.
all the time.
Dan says, I went on a father and son tour of Oak Ridge, and I got to play with lasers and radio scopes and walked across the catwalks over the triple reactors underwater there. I guess that makes me a rat dude.
Heck
Man,
yeah.
you know how much
sounds
fallout is
awesome.
going to come from that joke?
That sounds freaking awesome.
I am genuinely jealous. And Thesis says, still getting used to being on camera and such, and I don't think of covering up addresses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's it's one of those, you do your best, but if someone is really interested in you, I had a friend from high school track down what my house looked like and where I was living just by looking at one of my pictures from one of my skyscapes. He looked at the landmarks, tracked them down on Google Earth, and then triangulated.
That's
So,
kind of creepy, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, that was my response. I may have informed him that there's a pig farm nearby, and it isn't the heavily secured agricultural biolab.
Amen.
Usually. But let's see. No, going east towards Indy, which is like 90 minutes usually from Danville.
Was this before the eclipse?
I'm not sure. Let's see. Lisa says we were heading to work just as the eclipse was starting, and I almost got hit by no less than 5 people in the Walmart parking lot alone. Oh, I'm sorry. I grew up in Michigan City. That's a normal day at Walmart.
Right?
You
I
know,
was gonna say Walmart is lawless up here.
you know, that's the elbows get thrown. And Michaela Jade said, wanted to stop by and say hi. I'm out.
Well,
bye.
hello. Hi, bye.
Hello. That laugh sounded familiar.
Is that Mr. DeLoss?
Hello, Mr. DeLoss.
It is
Hey,
Mr. DeLoss. All right.
Well, thank you. We got your daughter to the Eclipse and back safely. She's on her way home now. Hi, DR. Hope you got some good pants, DR. That is a statement. And people are saying hi to Michaela. And DR Dulas is saying howdy, y'all. Howdy, DR. And hey, we got more greetings. And yes, this morning as we were going out of town to Danville, eastbound traffic was bumping.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed. See, the most I see of Indy usually is cursing the Beltway, you know? And that's only because Indiana is built like a freaking spider web. The only way to get anywhere is to go through Indy. They can't give us just a nice straight shot down along the state line.
Nope. All roads lead to Indy. Even the east-west ones.
I wish she was kidding. I wish you were kidding. And let's see. Dawn called her folks to wish them a happy anniversary at the Eclipse site, and he said they were going shopping for slacks.
All right. Well, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. I don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
I have to like watch your face, because if I
Okay.
watch your hands, I'll go dead silent and just get pulled into the rhythm.
So Dawn has that same problem when she's commentating.
Oh, I can understand it, because I'll be honest, that a lot of times people making stuff is what I put on when it's late at night and I can't like sleep. The primitive technology guy is amazing.
Yeah.
Although I didn't know the trick about turning on the subtitles.
Oh.
So I watched like all the way through till
No.
like just watched and paid attention. I'm like, this is cool. And then I watched it, and we accidentally had the subtitles on for something else because YouTube likes to. Maybe they're on, maybe they're off, maybe they're
Yeah.
Chinese.
Yeah.
And that's what had happened. We'd been watching an anime, but they were giving us the Japanese subtitles, which wasn't helping any. So I turned off the subtitles. But let's see. And we have updates on DR Dulas's acquisition adventure. Got two
Excellent.
pairs.
Very nice. Very nice.
And now that I've seen the crochet hook, I understand why Thesis thinks of piercers.
Yeah, after seeing the piercers, I very much understand.
And Foxy says magic, wands, string, fancy words, and poof, you have a thing.
I don't think I'd count my swearing as fancy words.
There's terminology.
Yeah, there's terminology.
It's not as violent as the knitting terminology.
Oh
right?
man.
But you got to figure you have the math. This many of this, and this many of this, and this many of this. Just my goal is to keep you chipper whilst doing this, because the last time I was providing commentary while someone was crocheting, it was my wife at the back of a meeting, and let's just say she done string magic up a curse.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I was not there for that, but I remember hearing about it.
Hey, check it out, Joe. I kind of broke your computer systems at range. I got locked out of the meeting room, so just stopping to say hello quick.
Okay, so it's not just us having issues. Joe's having problems with blocks, it seems like.
The chaos is real.
Oh man, it's that Eclipse Eclipse Chaos. No, I didn't hit my... There we go.
Well, you know, I find myself wanting to ask the chat a simple question, Trelena. Opener or closer?
Oh, that's okay. I almost ended up with a gray milk.
Oh.
Joe found an all-black kitty cat running around and was like, you know, Trey needs one of these for the aesthetic. And I'm like, I'm not going to fight you on that. However, that would put 3 cats within the space of 6 months.
Trelena, I can't talk.
Right?
My record is 7, I think. Well, that was because one little cat who's way too young to be pregnant was. And I'm
That's
sitting
how
at a
they get ya.
comfortable 4. But Boots doesn't count. She just haunts the house. She takes after her mama, the original cryptid kitty. But Joe's got to hop back off. Well, don't worry, Joe. I'll keep everything warm for you till you get back.
Okay.
Hey, Joe. Everyone's saying hey to Joe. All clouds here to see any sun or moon. Oh.
Sadness.
Hey, kitty. How you doing?
Hey.
You should take up crochet too. It'll give you something to do with the ropes you're not killing people with. Lisa says, so make the swear words fancy.
So they actually have swear word crochet. It's for a blanket, and you just crochet the swear words and then block them all together.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Right?
Dad says math is magic. Yeah. Because math gives you physics, and physics gives you the actual magic. But that's why nobody studies it, because they don't want to do the math homework. And Woke Breaker's here. Hey, Woke.
Hey, Woke.
I'm glad you didn't get sucked through the interdimensional portal that was above everyone, you know. I still want to know if somebody let loose a bunch of those inflatable people balloons.
I think that would have been hilarious.
That I was really tempted to do a live stream during, and then, you know, run a commercial and have it start and just have my empty clothes sitting across the
That would have been awesome.
possibly flash a bright light. Although if I'm getting pulled up, I'm worried that I'll end up looking like Constantine. Hey, Joe and Woke. So, you gonna use goose turd green tonight?
Close. This is what I'll be going to
Oh,
for the
that's
second.
That's nearly a baby poo green.
Oh yeah.
That's actually my least favorite green, because when I first started dating Amanda, she had like 15 polo shirts that were that color and oversized.
Yep. But it does stripe up well with the caterpillar, unfortunately.
Oh, no. All colors have a place. You just have to figure out where to put them.
I like saturated colors a lot better.
Yeah.
So like this green.
Oh,
But so this one I'm like, eh.
yeah. You don't want an apologetic color. You want a color that says, here I am.
Yes, exactly.
See, the difference between me and Frey and Joey is they wear Dayglow for work. I wear Dayglow by choice. You're not the same. No.
Joe chooses to wear it as well in his free time.
Well, it goes so well with his coloring.
It does.
I just wish y'all make the jump to full-on cyberpunk as a wardrobe. I mean, it's not
Joe's
that hard.
Joe probably will. I would probably short mine out.
That's why I'm going more steampunk, as, you know, I get back into having wardrobes, since I can mostly work buttons now. And fancy swear words like Shakespeare?
Ah, yes.
Ah, blessed is the bard.
Amen.
Dan Hallfield says, Grebo is real. And Donna Carleen says, hey, Kitty? Woke says, maybe I just returned.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh. And the good doctor says, and I'm sorry, I'm going to run with that because I think it's funny. Swear words in alphabetical order. Please don't.
Ooh.
I'm trying to be good.
I do that sometimes when I'm driving and I am upset. Every letter, just a swear word.
Swear words in alphabetical order, sung to the tune of We Didn't Start the Fire.
Ooh!
Mm.
I like it. I like it a lot.
That you be careful though. You're one notch from trying to get rap battles going on network, and I'm afraid of what would happen with the stutterers around here. No polyunsaturated colors. I'm sorry. Things said I almost made Joe's journal in caution orange and highlighter yellow, but someone told me blue.
I mean, if I had known that was an option, yeah.
Yeah. Woke says, the beautiful things I saw in that portal was amazing. I have all the answers to the universe now. Oh, don't say that. That's what happens right before the light comes out your eyes and your head explodes.
Right.
I've seen that movie. Last time I got too close to the actual secrets of the universe, I felt like a Commodore 64 plugged into a T3 line. I mean...
Oh, man.
You crap battles of shitty. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it, does it?
So what we'll do is we'll use the original like computer voice to read off the rap battles.
Yes. That could happen.
And there we go. We'll use the Stephen Hawking voice.
Oh, there's always the chance I could resurrect old skills long lost, but let's see. Joe Dog McKeel. Hey, Joe Dog! I think I made about a dozen new swear words with that insert expletive here. 3D printer I had. Hey, Joe Dog. Howdy. This Joe Dog is run. Now, guys, please remember to hit the like on this video. And be sure to share this around because somebody else needs whatever this is in their life.
They need a giggle. They need a smile.
And Carl say Joe Dog, and Dad says, and he is preaching wisdom. Portals are like potholes. Sometimes they are unavoidable, but usually they're just annoying. Oh, you are so right, sir.
Yep.
And hello, woke. Sorry, I was distracted. Trelena has that effect on people. And he wonder if the backside of the moon got sunburned.
I hadn't, but now I am.
The next full moon turns out to be a harvest moon for.
It's just all red.
Oh look, it's a sanguine moon. Ha. Burning is not fun. Depends who's burning what. Carl was worried that he sunburned his shaved head. That's why I sat on the edge of my porch and I leaned out, looked, and went back into the comfortable shadows because, yay.
There we go.
Trelena?
Yeah.
There are two objects on your piece of paper. Okay, are those just smears or pieces of
Those
paper?
are me blocking out what I have done. I like to put it in a plastic sheet I'll print it out, put it in a plastic sheet, and then I use a dry erase marker. Just mark it off, and then if I have to go back and frog things, I can still see what I've done
Oh,
or what I need to do, and then I can also use the pattern over and over again.
that's brilliant. I mean, that's hitting my old. And you put your character sheet in the sheet protector and draw on the outside button.
Sheet protectors are
Mm.
the happy.
Now, I will tell you, because I was trying to figure out what I was looking at and the way my mind works, I thought the one in the middle now was a lightning bug. You see how I could have,
Okay, yep, absolutely. It
the
does look
top
like that.
one looked like a piece of yarn that had been snipped off.
Yep.
But it's like, it's a little early.
Good. I did have honeybees in my yard. I was very happy for that.
Oh, that's delightful. I will get yelled at by Earl Park for you really need to get trim your flowering weeds down and stuff. And then I will tell
The
them,
pollinators.
that's nice, but don't tempt me. I will turn my whole yard into a Indiana pastoral, rebuilt grassland. I am capable of such things. And then I'll put in the bat houses. But
Hallelujah, amen.
Carl is saying, I was worried that I sunburned my shaved head. I think I got my hat in time. I hope so.
Yeah.
Solar cane is amazing stuff, also known as ocean potion in certain circles.
Yes.
Mine lives in the kitchen right next to the stove, the cabinet nearest the stove. Because I figured I burn my fingers a lot more than I get a sunburn.
Yeah. Just
don't
get
know.
the non-green one,
Yeah,
because the green one has alcohol in it usually.
yes. You want to get that nice blue with the extra lidocaine.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant idea. I think so. And I avoid the sun as much as I can, otherwise I burn like crazy.
What are you?
Believe it or not, I'm about as dark as I've ever been. If you've seen me on stream, I have literally gotten a tan from a full moon. I am not even being facetious. So yes. Trelane and I used to go to the beach on occasion. And every time we did,
Oh, the burning.
the burning. And at the beginning, the beach cleared out because Gondor was calling for aid.
Oh, yeah, and Rohan was answering.
Foxy, wait. Did you notice that at Totality today, the sudden breeze that felt weird?
Ooh.
There were we did have some very unusual, like we had about a 45-degree wind shift right before Totality.
Oh, wow.
And it was, there was a lot of very strange kind of energy. So I'm waiting for Joe Dog to say that was him passing gas, because that would be the appropriate joke at this time. But yes, actually, this one felt a little odd. And that was about the time Xander went, I'm done, and we went inside. So I didn't get to watch much of it past Totality because he was done with his own. Now, Thesis says Foxy got sunburn in a covered bleacher at a horse race.
Yep.
Yep. I come in two colors, tasty and fried.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
I did.
I turn red, peel, and then I'm still pale. It's very much not fair.
Yeah, it's more really deep scrub,
Yep.
and it reflected off the water. I've had that way.
Oh, yeah.
That's the fisherman's hat, and your chin is still bottom of your nose sunburn.
Yeah, that's... And the, underside of your ear?
Yep.
Come on.
But all jests aside, yes, Joe, it was an actually very strange situation. It's okay, Trey. We like your fair skin.
It does cause problems when I like to be outside constantly and work outside. So, sunscreen. All the sunscreen.
I am almost to the point where the sun will be angled enough where I won't be able to go outside because I'll get sunsick again. Like the freaking year I am. But it's different down here. You know. And what's this? Foxy says, I turn like a lobster, then my skin falls off. Yes! Leaving behind what?
Yep. Yep, brothers.
And Thesis says, I like Foxy's pale skin because it looks sexy next to mine.
Wow.
I get that because, like, I look pale till I'm by Amanda, and I don't look tan. I just look, like, perpetually dirty. You know?
Joe gets rather dark compared to me.
Yes, he does, actually.
Yeah.
Compared to you.
And I'll be like, look, I got a tan. And then he pulls out his arm and he's like, I was outside, for like 5 minutes. Jerk.
See, the big swearing tirades don't have the amount of raw fury that was condensed in that.
the jerk.
The precursor to bruh.
Just, bruh. Really? The really is usually when I'm really into it.
And Dan Hallfield says, back when I was driving the tractor on the farm, people swore I was Cherokee. DNA tests have since disproved that hypothesis. Well, old deities manifest differently, It's just it's just the gifts of hypergenetics. Did they ask you about your third DNA strand? Did that confuse them at all? Foxy says, even my tan, it is still white.
Yeah, I get I turn red. I've got like the pink tones, so I just turn red.
Yeah.
Still pale. But I'm going to point out we're about an hour in and we need to run an ad.
Oh, shoot.
I think we've also been listening to the same song for an hour.
Oh, yeah. You guys don't understand my ADHD. I'm playing Moriarty after the ad because I love that title.
Yes.
And that indistinguishable one, indistinguishable from magic, was too fitting for our conversation. So
it flowed very nicely with the conversation and everything.
Since Trelena will be joining me, Car God's willing, at Region Con, I probably should run her ad. So Trey, we'll be back in 48 seconds.
Yeah. All right. I was actually talking to Joe today that I need to update that because I have since done other stuff.
Yes, you have. And while that music tinkles back up to functioning, hopefully. Let's see. Thesis says, I'm not even dark right now, but it warms up, and I start doing more yard work, and I'll darken up nicely. You sound like a roast, Thesis. perhaps a hamburger, which sounds very good right about now.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah, it does.
I hate how close you are to that Hap House joint.
Oh, it's... So yesterday we went and we got there right as it opened, and there was nobody else there. So I looked at Ben and I asked for the breakfast burrito because it is not on the menu. It is part of the secret menu. But what they do is they take the country fried steak and they put it in burrito form and add salsa. And you've got like all the potato and the egg and the gravy and just it's delicious.
I'm sitting here nodding like people could see me eagerly nodding along when you can't, because the only way to get the system to let me lurk is to have my camera turned off. But that place, the biscuits and gravy still haunt me. So yes. Okay, let me see. Still light, darken up nicely. Is that a green room story thesis? And Foxy says, my dad would tan, my mom not so much. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, my parents are the same way.
You see, I had a very severe sunburn when I was a child. One of those of the multiple degrees variety in spots. And after that, sunburns mess with me. I also, because they gave me so much of that silver oxide medicine,
Oh, that stuff.
my body, I can't wear silver now because my body has discovered just how tasty it is.
Yeah.
So, it will just suck it in. Silver and copper, I'm going to be green all over the place.
Oh, but that silver oxide stuff for burns is amazing.
Oh, yes. Joe says, Nick, that wind was from the sudden temperature drop. That's what I figured. It ran across the path from dead center out to 90% path.
Oh, wow.
Thing we won't get it again in our lifetime. I intend to be 62 the next time that comes around.
I was going to say, yeah, my Joe looked it up, and I believe the next one should be 2099?
I saw 2044.
Oh, okay.
So, and right now the internet's full of people who are claiming to know what they're talking about. So it's one of those I will look into later.
That happens a lot.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And Lisa says, I think it qualifies, yes, Carl. And Kitty says, oh, the bug spray story.
Oh?
That sounds like saying the noodle incident.
Right? You got a story there.
And Whitman Carl says, hey, dyslexia. Okay, I'll put it next to the topless deck reminder.
I read that completely wrong.
I had to work really, really hard not to. And Dr. Dulas says, in the 60s, I shed skin like a snake. The first few burns when I was a kid in the field, the first few times. Then I tanned. And Thesis just had to drop the line, we just had pork chops. Hey, guess what? You can't see how I'm responding to that comment because I'm not on camera. Anyway,
Neener.
but I will give spoilers. It's a puppet show. What's a puppet show?
Ah, the puppet show.
And Dan Hallfield said, oh, I had fun writing this one. Stephanie said the villain needed a theme, so I made this song as dark yet complex as I could.
I am very fond of it.
Why am I so in sync with villain music? I'm not very villainous.
So a soap opera star actually had something to say about that because they asked him, they're like, why do you always play a villain? Well, they get better hair and better theme music.
Yes, yes.
And it's like, you know what? You're not wrong. Not wrong at all.
Better wardrobe too, usually.
Yes, they do. It usually involves suits. Very
Mhm.
nice suits.
The only way it can be better is if you can be that anti-hero, you know?
Yeah.
As much as I kind of had beef with Angel and Buffy, largely for the groomery creepiness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the bad thing about vampire stories. Like, why are you going for high schoolers? Stop it.
You can train them up. Oh. Yeah. That's why I kind of lean into the it's steak and bacon I helped.
Amen.
He had some great wardrobe moments. Because the anti-hero / bad guy trench coat game is pretty darned amazing.
Okay, Spike too.
Oh, Spike's amazing.
Especially 80s Spike. Like,
that was,
punk era.
That was the kind of outfit that made me want to headbutt somebody and yell "Oi!" And
Oi!
Metal.
Maybe kick in a door or two.
Hey, your mama Stitch? I'm sorry, your mama Sew? Yeah, she can stitch this headbutt to the face. Oh, yes. Oh, it takes you back. It's a good one, Dan. And Trey, that sounds good. But I don't like breakfast burritos. Everyone has the right to be wrong.
Yeah, it's different. It doesn't just taste like scrambled eggs and sadness.
Wow.
Well, that Ben knows how to actually season things.
I was about to say that this stream is not sponsored by Denny's.
There's no justice at Denny's.
I'm sorry, Joe. I've nuked one of your sponsors already. And speaking of sponsorship, I probably should run another ad.
Oh yeah.
So, in silence is truth. But let's see. Whose ad shall I run? I want to see if Joe has any interesting ads. He needs to steal more of my ads. I can't run Nita's because that is debunked. She's redoing it.
Okay.
So I think we will give you a... You know what? Let's go with the classic jam I haven't heard in a while. We're going to spin this up on The Burning is Young, coming at you on the airwaves. Brought to you by IndieCD.org and supported by, well, this fellow allegedly.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
I haven't heard much from him in a while. I hope he's doing well.
Yeah.
But, that red button is not the button I'm aiming for.
Oh, not the red button.
But it's so shiny. No, let's see.
Shiny. Shiny and chrome.
Oh, look. I want to see before I grab the next song that there isn't one that screams Eclipse because of theme. But I think I see the closest to screaming Eclipse is I thought it was a UFO.
There it is.
So we'll get that while that's running. Let's see. He says yummy. But she said it in a much nicer tone. And Nick doesn't like silver, and we're supposed to believe he isn't a cryptid. No. I didn't say I don't like silver. I said my body absorbs it. It eats silver. Totally different thing. If I didn't like silver, I might be a lycanthrope. But it's clear that I'm not a lycanthrope most of the time anyway. And I come from a family of blacksmiths, so you can't get at me. Well, he must be fey. Cold iron doesn't get me either. Nice try, though. And 2044, which I know is
All right.
answering the year, but it also just sounds ominous.
It does. Just
Foxy says, I used to tan as a kid, but now my body just doesn't. Okay.
it might be a
And-
medication thing.
It
'Cause
could
some-
be.
Some medications will make it so that you just burn more easily.
And Donna says, Thesis, I had grilled pork chops for dinner too. Delish.
Ooh.
And Thesis says, ours weren't grilled, sadly, but still good. Okay, Gil, I'm going to say, yeah. Go first. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this always turns like we find a way to make food commentary happen.
Well, friends, if you like random food commentary that will make you hungry, first and foremost, check out Koi Wolf by Amanda Talker.
Yeah.
I will warn you, the food in that book is so good, you'll probably put on a pound or two, and then it will, like, burn off by the action. But, shameless promotion, but it's not self-promotion, so I'm okay.
Hashtag up.
Yep. Now, another PSA, if you're going to be grilling meat, please, dear friends, marinate it. Marinades exist for just that reason. Give it time, and remember, smoke is your friend. Not liquid smoke, because liquid smoke is better than not, but it's still a chemical sad imitation of actually smoking the heck out of your marinated pork chops, which is how I prefer to do it. Now, people always complain, it takes too long, and then they eat one. And then they never complain again.
Yep. Because they've tasted joy.
Do that, you marinate it, add a little bit of a rub. I learned that from Matthew McConaughey. All right. Because I guess his dad was a butcher.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And on the set of Sahara, he insisted on doing like a barbecue for everybody. But they were upset because they had to wait. It's like, you don't just pull meat out of the fridge and throw it on the grill. It's got to rest. You got to give it a
Low and
rub.
slow and let it rest.
It has to have its flavor. Oh. I do love that Matthew McConaughey is living proof that white people can season their food.
Yes.
Ooh. Dr. Dulas says, I had a sirloin steak and my wife had a French dip. I'm going to keep going because I'm trying desperately.
Yeah, I'm like salivating here. Just
Yeah.
guys.
The next total solar eclipse with coast-to-coast path spanning the lower 48 will occur on August 12th, 2045. I will be 80. At the current rate, I won't make 20. Plus 78 would be a good run. Nah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I reject that. I reject that reality and supplant it with one of my own. Not letting that go down. Kitty says, one of these days, Thesis needs to take a picture of him in his white suit with his fedora. Yummy. Oh, Kitty's not looking for a snack, honey. She wants the whole meal.
The whole meal.
Uncle Roger says vegetables taste like sand.
Why you no use MSG? MSG is king of flavor. I love Uncle Roger.
All I hear channeling from the back is emotional damage.
Yeah, those two need to hang out together.
They do. I think they've
Good.
done a video together.
Excellent.
And Foxy says, my family tends towards long life, stupidity accepted, of course. I'll probably make it to another 20. I don't contemplate my longevity very often. It wasn't planned to get this far, so I just kind of take each day as okie dokie. Guess we're doing this another one.
Yep.
And Joe D is gearing up for that big con in Chicago.
Ooh.
Probably WizardCon, if I remember right. He does.
Oh. Yes.
And Carl says, I would be 86 in 2040. 45. It could happen. I'll bribe the nurse to wheel me out to the nursing home patio.
There we go.
Honestly, any good nursing home that has people who are able to function well enough to understand what's going on should take them out and, let the residents do that. I volunteered at a nursing home for a while. Tipping my hat and saying, good night, everybody.
Joe Dog.
Feel better, Joe Dog. I knew that was the song you were going to. I just pull what's going on, and I will be 98 the next eclipse. Make sure Dawn cuts out a piece of white paper in the urn. Shine a little light on me.
Oh.
And Kitty says, oh yeah, because eating silver is much better. Yeah, but any alleged cryptid or folklore creature that I have found does not have these traits. I am literally the perfect opposite of any number of them. So, yeah.
Right. Right.
And trust me, I've been alleged to be everything from a midget hairless Bigfoot to...
Alrighty then.
You hadn't heard that one. Oh, I thought...
No, I needed to piece that one together a word at a time.
Let's see. Okay, cryptids I've been alleged to be. Obviously a hobbit, which doesn't count. Well, sort of counts, but, you'd have to go to a duende or something like that. Not that I know my cryptid. People start to say elf and then they go, no, he's not graceful. So, that's out the window. The dwarf thing has been pretty solidly applied to me over the years. But I'm just not quite hole diggy enough for that.
No diggy hole?
I am a dwarf and I'm big. Okay, I cannot do that because then I will start headbanging to dwarf metal.
Right.
Let's see. There's that. Lycanthropy has been thrown my way a lot of times. I did have one person who was convinced I was an energy vampire, which I found interesting. Yeah. I went around explaining to people that I was diabolical because I was a horrible energy vampire sucking the life out of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
A fun one was a type of yokai called a tanuki.
Oh, really?
Yes, I have been accused of being a tanuki. With everything that entails.
Including how you... Never mind, not the green room. Never mind, but
Hold
if you know what you know.
I got that one. Give me just a second, because it's got to be up here somewhere. Here we go.
There it is, yeah.
But no, people have been trying to tack that one down. And, the best I've had is, I'm a Helifino.
Okay, yeah.
The union of a rhino and an elephant. A Helifino. But no. If you guys ever figure it out, do let me know, because it would be nice to get an upgrade of some sort for all the BS I pull off. Oh, by the way, Trelana,
Yes.
gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Yep.
Now, I play that to you to just... Yes,
If you know, you know.
I'm giving you that gift.
Thank you.
You made the save. I am impressed.
I will cherish the gift.
I still have to do the artwork for that book I wrote. Dang it. I'm talking to you, and now you got me thinking. But see, Foxy says, I have like 5 medications that tell me to stay out of the sun. Then I
That
could
would be
chill.
why.
The investment in the great floppy hat and parasol. Look, if you're supposed to avoid
Parasols are
symptoms,
great.
the path of gothicness is right there. I mean, if you're going to have to avoid the sun like a vampire, enjoy the perks, my dear.
Parasols are amazing, and they come in so many different colors.
Absolutely.
And you know, you can really mess with people if you go stand in a cemetery dressed in black with a parasol and don't speak to anybody during a funeral, and then just leave.
That's where you want the single red or black rose.
Yes, there you go.
If you're going to do it.
Go for it.
And let's see. Dan Hallfield says, in 2024, I will be 97 and still misbehaving. Well, that is my aim, Dan, so I hope you're at it too.
Brown coats unite.
And Foxy, I believe it, Dan. And Donna, oh yeah, I was salivating over the foods in Koi Fox. Koi Wolf. Koi Fox tempts me. Hold on, I have to shout at someone. Hey, babe! Donna wants to know when the next Koi Wolf is coming out. She says she's crying.
Hi, Amanda.
Trey says hi. She says hi, Trey.
Yay!
Wow, I almost got that tone right. That was a little creepy. Anyway. 2044. I don't know why it's so ominous when Carl writes it. Everyone else, I read it normal. I read it from Carl, it turns into like block text at the start of a grim, dark sci-fi thriller.
Isn't that the date for Cyberpunk 2044?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But it says we'll be far north of us. Joe Dog is right that 2045 will be better viewing for us in the middle of the country. It might be a case of I might be north enough that they consider I'd catch a piece of that.
Yeah.
Or, God, that sounded so wrong. Anyway, there was no wrong in it, but it sounded wrong. And Dan says, 87. I did the math wrong. Again.
Numbers is hard.
Now, I did hear an interesting theory.
Okay.
And Dan has mentioned it for a moment. And it was this. The presence of the Master and the Doctor hint at or imply the presence of an immortal Time Lord running around called the Bachelor. And upon hearing this thesis, the first response was, yes, of course. Let's go through the checklist. Multiple faces and bodies with the same name and history. A hyperfixation on England. Constant shifting companions. And strange gadgets and technology.
So does that make 007 a Time Lord as well?
That's exactly who they were describing, and they put the line of the picture. So yes, the canon is that James Bond is indeed simply a Time Lord, which I think I like better than the codename James Bond shenaniganry.
Oh, hi!
Hi.
You missed the hot mess express that we were at the start of the show. Like,
he just left.
See, Nick, now you know how I feel when I'm trying to run your show and figure out where all your stuff is at.
oh,
Well, my stuff makes sense, so it can be quickly filtered through.
oh.
Temp 2022 does not scream intro.
I didn't name it. I just kept it there. And by the way, since we're talking about intros and things, I better run an ad.
Welcome, friends. I'm Bladed Thesis, and this is my tea house. Come join me every other Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time as we discuss Chinese culture, history, philosophy, and of course, martial arts. You can find me at youtube.com/BLADEDTH3SIS. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of tea, or the drink of your choice, and join the discussion.
Thank you for that support, Thesis. And Joe should still be lurking in the sonic shadows.
I am.
And let's see. Thesis says, I've tasted joy quite a few times.
Hashtag not the green room.
And that was covered immediately. And wow, Mr. Dulas, I had French dip for lunch. Your daughter brought us pie from Busy Corners. She's a good kid.
Nice.
And Kitty is giggling. So I have some suspicions of what may or may not have happened in that conversation. And what? Oh, you ready to wind down?
Yeah, my hands are done for the night, but we can definitely keep going with commentary.
Okay. Excellent. Stephen, he, and Uncle Roger collab sounds like a good thing to me.
Right.
Well, I'll wash some rice to watch that.
Oh, yeah.
And Thesis says, you're not helping your case as much as you think, brother. Oh, no, hold on. Hold on. Now, that looks like the little devil on her shoulder, and I love it. No.
You're on the right shoulder, though, so.
Well, yeah,
It's
that's where I usually am. I'd love to be nefarious, but I'm too good a guy. No, it really is just a whole thing. But, no, look. You look at what makes a cryptid, right? And every sign I write off. I'm sorry.
There we go.
I did not get the DNA test. My parents have had DNA tests. And they came out 100, well, actually, mostly human. I have to be honest about that. There was some Neanderthal floating around in the genetics, but it's not a high percentage. I mean, we're only talking 3 or so. We're not going to worry about how high that is. But I may or may not have access to the memory sometimes. But no, I am not a cryptid. I'm not that interesting, folks. I'm just an ordinary, with totally disobedient hair right now, fluff ball in a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, we
see?
all believe that.
Plain and simple Garrick. I'm just a tailor. And
Right.
Gotta go by.
Oh.
Foxy's telling him to have a good night, and a little bit of a comment dump. That's delightful. Bye, Doctor. If she was going to be goth, she would have to be a rainbow goth. You say that like it's a bad thing.
Right?
So that is totally doable and acceptable. Although now I hear Thomas the Tank Engine in the back of my head, but that's neither here.
That's terrifying.
Koi Wolf, my bad. I was thinking all the delicious food. Oh,
Right.
no, you're fine. I think Koi Fox isn't a terrible title either. Anyway. No, it might have been precog. Anyway,
The sharp stick strikes again.
I would never. Pops Van Zandt says, "Hey yo,
Hey, Pops.
what's up, Pops?" And so funny story. Foxy and I were talking about the wedding went to on Saturday and the cash bar they had. We do not want alcohol at our wedding. So I said I would hire Joe, Nick, and Richie to work the door and keep people from bringing outside alcohol. That would make the third or fourth wedding I have bounced for. And I bounced for a couple funerals as well.
My job at Steph's funeral was to tackle anybody that stood up during the, speak now or forever hold your peace. I was fully prepared to go running off. Yes?
You said Steph's funeral.
Wedding? Oh my God! No, wedding. No wedding.
It made for an interesting, speak now or forever hold your peace. Just fit Stephanie's, out of here. Is that right? Comes out of the box, Sorry. If you knew Steph, you know that was not a horrible thing to say.
But yeah, I was fully prepared to go running off that stage and tackle somebody through a window if I had to.
You received several gifts at your wedding that you may not know about. One of those is I did not emotionally destroy an individual who had the colossal bad taste to dress a certain way at a wedding, because one does not wear white to another person's wedding. It makes people mistake who is the bride.
I wore red to my own wedding, so...
I know, you looked amazing. However, the gift is I didn't emotionally destroy her, and Manda didn't physically destroy her. So, because both things were down.
I still have the hat that Manda made me.
She still has the hat that you made her for her wedding. She still has the hat that you made her for the wedding.
Oh, Joe is outside the door.
Hi, Joe. How are you, sir?
Doing good.
We managed to make a stream go, and it didn't catch fire. Joe, are you proud?
I was gonna say we still have some comments, so it could still catch on fire.
Joe's here.
But
Joe's here.
He's in the other room, so
he has growled at.
I'm running this from my phone.
We could tell. You also froze.
Well, he's a cool guy.
No, I'm just saying that steady.
Right? Yeah.
Well, while we wait for Joe to thaw out. Oh boy! Now we have to behave. The hubby is here.
He incites chaos.
You and me. I have permission. Yeah. You just went. Kitty says the numbers have all beaten you. You never made it through middle school. Your education failed. No.
Well, you know what? I can count to. Let's see. What is it? I can count to 4.
1. I can count to 4. 2. I can only count to 4. There it is. I'm like, there's a beat missing.
Yep. Nope. And Joe disappeared. Nope. Oh. There you go.
Bonjour.
Joe was back. He's back.
Baguette?
Wow, we are the whitest people you know. Anyhow.
Oh, we are.
And Kitty says, I was a goth in junior high school. Picture Rachel True in the craft.
Okay.
Pardon me, I'm trying not to so that I can keep myself relatively focused on this shenaniganry. And Donna says, my cousin and I vowed to be the speak now person at each other's wedding. When he got engaged, I asked him if he still wanted me to do it. He turned the most delirious, the most delicious shade of pale. Oh.
Nice.
And at this rate, Foxy and I will have to set up several computers and have virtual groomsmen and bridesmaids. Well, we don't know when you're doing it. There's still time. Wealth could hit any one of us at any moment. I'm optimistic.
Move to California and hit the Powerball for once.
And let's see, that is the end of the chat. So, Joe, is there anything you want to talk about, or do you want an excuse to run into the night?
No, I don't have anything to talk about, really.
Oh, what? Watch it. Watch it. Wait. Watch it, Future Boy. I still intend to put you in that story. Future Boy.
Future boy.
I have been accused of being temporally displaced, but never from the future.
I have questions, Dan.
And those and other questions won't be answered on the thrilling installment. But those of you who can make it to Northwest Indiana this Saturday, in Cherville, Indiana. I don't have the link here, or do I? Let me check. See if I have it. No, I don't.
I was gonna say I can get it quickly if you will keep spinning.
I'm sure I can spin up some. Yes. Anyway, we'll be Region Con, the premier charity gaming event in Northwest Indiana. It will be in Cherville. It is free admission, guys. It's only $10 if you want to take part in the actual games. So if you want to just come and visit vendors and get cool gaming merch and stuff and play BSR for free because I don't charge people, it will be going from 10 till 10. And you'll be able to see these two there, who are far more attractive than I am. And my wife was far more attractive than I am. And you guys can all go to, we'll just throw these out, regioncon.com. To find out more, the address, have yourselves a really good time. It is one of the big highlights of my year. Since we are winding down, Chelena, what do you want to promote? How do you want to promote yourself here? It's good practice time.
Oh, I'm supposed to do that?
Yes, every episode.
Oh yeah, Meg's Mischief Fiber Arts. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, and at the con.
All right.
And at ndcd.org/about-Trelena-Bachman.
Yes, you can find me there as well as many other awesome creatives.
All right. I shouldn't be last because this is not my show. So what I'll say is you can find me through Twitter, through Blue Sky, through Facebook, theoretically, although it's nebulous because I try to keep my friends and family separate from the business stuff out of necessity. I fail miserably, but I try. And on indie-cd.org/about-Nicholas-Talker. But I want to answer the questions that have been sent me. I know the security on my website has been bizarre. We will fidget with that after the convention. It is on my to-do list. Thank you, all the people who've been saying I can't get on your site because it's not doing that. It will be fixed. I think it's because when I laid out the site, it looked too much like 2012. And the site decided that this layout is too primitive.
Wait, NicholasTalker.com?
Yep.
All right, I'll start working on that.
Joe, there are other things. You don't have to work on it. There's space. It's like my email through that. I haven't been able to get into that. So if anybody's emailed me there, I apologize humbly. But,
You are as bad as the people I work with. Send me a ticket and I will look at it.
well, you've been busy.
You don't have a help desk ticket on the desktop.
And see, my problem is I work just enough IT-like things. The idea of inflicting a ticket on someone else, it hurts my soul a little bit.
That's what I need to look for ndcd.org, is a ticketing system that people can submit their updates through.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
And once again, my muesli nature has manifested. But that's just by chance and has nothing to do with my alleged cryptic, or otherwise empowered nature. Kitty says, I want to be in a story. Arrangements can be made at some point in the future, Kitty. I've just harassed and tormented poor Dan Hollifield for so long that he decided I had to be thrown in. And I think because I did the picture of old Dan and started the mess, he wants to pay me back because I've interrupted his impressive schedule, which is my ability. So, Joe, what do you want to promote?
ndcd.org, you can find a ton of great creatives. If you are a creative yourself, you can sign up for the site for the low cost of $40 for a lifetime membership. be sure to use the promo code podcast1 to get 50% off the sign up. I do need to look at that because I know that code has been used a few times. It's actually only good for the first 100 people that use it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So I think there's still like 95 uses, but
Get on it, people.
But yeah, you can find links to all my works on indiecd.org/about-joe-bachman, where you can get copies of my book Tales of the Highway. The link to, I think I put the link to my Aphelion short story on there. If not, I need to do that. And hopefully another story will be coming out later this year if I ever can actually finish it.
Alrighty. Do you have any other things coming out, Trey, that people should know about?
Nope. I will be making an order form to kind of streamline the process of getting commissions. But beyond that, I'm just going to keep on hooking.
All right, you are one of my favorite hookers. With that, because my wife too.
She's one of my favorites as well.
It works real well. But I am not a pimp. I know I look.
Just keep that man strong.
If there's none of that, then I'll run the outro, and we'll see you all the next Wednesday, I believe.
Yep.
Yep.
I should be here.
Okay.
I won't be.
Well then, guys, keep on hooking. We're not done yet.